Mercedes-Benz isn't slowing down for 2027. While other brands are cutting back or going all electric overnight, Mercedes decided to do both. Keep the luxury, keep the performance, and add the tech that actually makes your life easier. The 2027 lineup proves that Mercedes still wants to define what a luxury car should feel like, whether it has a gas engine, a plug-in hybrid, or a full F badge on the trunk. The first thing you notice about the 2027 Mercedes-Benz cars is the design. It's a cleaner evolution, not a revolution. The new Sensual Purity 2.0 language drops extra lines and chrome. Grills are now illuminated on most models and they integrate sensors for the next-gen driver assistance without looking bulky. Headlights use new digital light 2.0 with 3 million pixels per lamp. That means they can project warnings onto the road, dim around other cars, and even display navigation arrows. At the back, taillights are thinner and connected by a subtle light bar. The overall shape is more aerodynamic. The new E-Class sedan has a drag coefficient of 0.21, and the SUV drops to 0.23. That matters because less drag means more range and less wind noise. Step inside and this is where Mercedes still sets the standard. The 2027 cabins are quieter, thanks to new double-pane glass and active road noise cancellation. Materials feel a class above everyone else. Real metal, open-pore wood, and Nappa leather are standard on most trims. The big story is MBUX Hyperscreen 2.0. It's now standard on C-Class and up. The screen stretches across the dash, runs on a new chip that's 5 times faster, and uses AI to learn what you do. Get in at 8 AM and it pulls up your coffee shop and office route. It also has a zero layer so your most used apps are always on the home screen. No digging through menus. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are here, but honestly the built-in system is so good you might not need them. Rear passengers in S-Class and EQS get their own 11.6-inch screens with gaming and streaming. Burmester 4D audio is optional and it literally lets you feel the bass in the seats. Engines for 2027 depend on what you buy. Gas models keep the 2.0 liters turbo 4-cylinder with 48 volts mild hybrid for 255 horsepower in the C-Class, and the 3.0 liters inline 6 with 375 horsepower in the E-Class. The AMG versions get hybrid assistance too. The C63 makes 671 horsepower combined and hits 100 km per hour in 3.4 seconds. Plug-in hybrids are now standard on most models and they actually make sense. The new C350 does 120 km on electric power alone thanks to a bigger 25.4 kWh battery. Charging at 55 kilowatts DC means 10 to 80% in 20 minutes. Then there are the Fs. The EC lineup got a major update. The 2027 EC and EQS use new 800 volts architecture and silicon carbide inverters. That means faster charging and more efficiency. The EQS 450 now does 770 kilometers WLTP on one charge. Charging from 10 to 80% takes 18 minutes on a 350 kilowatts charger. Mercedes also added bidirectional charging so your car can power your house during an outage. Performance EC models get the AMG treatment. The EQS 53 AMG makes 658 horsepower and has rear axle steering up to 10 degrees. Driving a 2027 Mercedes feels different because of the tech underneath. AIRMATIC air suspension is now standard on E-Class and up, and it reads the road ahead with cameras to prep the dampers. The result is that floaty, magic carpet ride Mercedes is known for. Drive Pilot Level 3 is available in the S-Class and EQS. It lets you take your hands off and eyes off the road up to 95 km per hour in traffic. You can watch a movie or answer emails legally. Lane changes, parking, and highway driving are all handled by the car. When you want to drive, the steering is precise and body control is excellent. especially with the new rear steering. Safety is still a Mercedes obsession. Every 2027 model gets the new PRE Safe Impulse side system that inflates seat bolsters and moves you away from an impact. There's also attention assist that uses a cabin camera to see if you're drowsy, and it will suggest a rest stop. Pricing for 2027 starts around $48,500 for the C-Class. The A-Class starts at $63,200. S-Class is $122,000. X starts at $77,900 and EQS at $108,500. Yes, it's expensive, but resale value and the ownership experience are still class-leading. You also get 4 years of maintenance and charging credits on EC models. The downside: it's a lot of tech. If you don't like screens, this isn't the brand for you. Some features like Drive Pilot are subscription-based in certain regions, and the design is conservative. Mercedes isn't trying to look like a spaceship. After testing the 2027 C-Class, E-Class, and EQS across city, highway, and mountain roads, one thing is clear: Mercedes isn't chasing trends. They're refining luxury, faster charging, longer range, smarter AI, and the same comfort that made the brand famous. The 2027 Mercedes-Benz lineup isn't about being the fastest or the cheapest. It's about being the most complete. A car that drives itself in traffic, charges fast, uses almost no fuel on commutes, and still feels special when you take the wheel. So which 2027 Mercedes would you pick? Gas C-Class for value, E-Class for range, or EQS for tech? Drop it in the comments, and subscribe because next we're testing the 2027 AMG C63 Hybrid against the BMW M3 to see if 671 horsepower changes everything.